Hello, everyone who is watching this. It is currently 9:10 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. Um, from or for anyone who may stumble upon this video from my area or from around the world, welcome. My name is Albluno, and I I don't know how to start this. I had to make this now. I've been putting it off for a few days because I didn't want people to panic. But honestly, it has gotten to a point where I cannot ignore it anymore, and I need you guys to know where I sit with this. I guess I will start with I was watching the Iowa State Oklahoma State game with my dad, and I was doing stuff on my computer, not editing stuff, shockingly. And I stumbled upon a newsreel, President Trump to address the nation at 8 p.m. Central Time. So I missed the first bit of that, but basically what Trump said is he is suspending travel to Europe, which is something that should have happened sooner, honestly. He said that the virus is very prevalent with older people and that older people should stay home as much as they should, or as much as they can, rather. I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated right now. I just felt like I needed to make this video, and I'm trying to pour out my thoughts so you guys know where I'm sitting right now. I'm sure many of you know of a popular game called Plague Inc. or even Infection. That's more of a rip-off version of Plague Inc. But they're both smartphone games, PC games, where you basically create your own plague and evolve it and spread it around the world. And I don't think I'm ever going to play that game again after this, because this is just horrifying. I'm really trying not to panic right now, but this is really starting to escalate. It's getting bad. The latest numbers on CNN show that the U.S. has 37 deaths, 1,250 people are infected, and that's just what we know about. There aren't enough testing kits to go around right now. Bill Gates and his wife are using their foundation to crank out testing kits. I don't think that the operation is active yet, but I'm sure it is very, very close. And I'm sure by the end of this week, it will be operational. But back to what I was saying, President Trump addressed the nation, and then I scroll across something on my Instagram feed. Jazz Thunder game postponed. And when an NBA game is postponed, that is never good. So I read into it a little more. So here's what I got out of that. The Jazz Thunder game in Salt Lake City, Utah was seconds away from tipping off. Another 2 seconds and this could be a lot worse. The Oklahoma City Thunder team doctor, he didn't run, he sprinted onto the court. He stopped the game before it started. He gathered officials and head coaches of each team, and they had a good 5-10 minute discussion, and they postponed the game. Well, what I just learned a couple minutes ago was a couple of players got into that huddle too, and Chris Paul, who is a Thunder guard, walked over to the Jazz bench and he said, "What's wrong with Rudy Gobert? Rudy doesn't look so good." And his Jazz teammates screamed at Chris Paul to stay away from Rudy. They screamed at him, which is a valid response, because Rudy Gobert, who is a center for the Jazz, and then Emmanuel Mudiay, who is a forward, I think, on the Thunder, were both displaying coronavirus symptoms. And Rudy Gobert has just tested positive for the virus at the time that I'm recording this. Both teams are being quarantined and tested in their locker rooms right now. And my theory was, before I absorbed most of that information, I was texting back and forth with my mom. Me and my mom like to text about happenings in the world of sports a lot. We text about it multiple times a day, and we were discussing it. And I said to her, minutes before the following statement I'm about to say happened, minutes before the NBA suspended their season, minutes after this happened, they suspended the entire season for all 30 teams. Suspended, done. And we probably will not finish this season, and if the virus keeps going at this rate, we might not have a next season either. But before that happened, I'm like, Gobert and Moutier could have spread it to their teammates. They could have spread it to the coaching staff. They could have spread it to teammates and coaching staff on other teams that they've played in the last 2 weeks. And if you connect the dots, that could trace back to every team in the NBA. And the NBA season is done. I'm just going to say it right now. The NBA season is done. And I bet 48 hours from the time I'm recording this, the NCAA will call off the tournament. MLB baseball will, I'm guessing that they will either cancel spring training games or they will start the season in their spring training ballparks. I highly doubt that, but I like to hope. But the reason I feel like I need to make this now is I'm taken back to a statement made by LeBron James earlier this week when he was asked what he would do if there were empty arenas that he had to play in for games. And his response was that he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it without fans there. And I scratched my head at that. Me and my family are religious Cubs fans. And not just that. My brother has followed the NBA for years. We follow the NFL closely. We followed the NHL very closely at one time. We take in as much sports as we possibly can, because sports is the world's distraction. It is what keeps us sane. It is what keeps us at ease. It's what we look forward to when we get home from work and school. It's what we bond with people over. And when that is taken away from us, what are we left with? This virus obviously extends farther than the world of sports, actually, but I'll go back to what LeBron is saying. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around so much right now. I'm just trying to keep my thoughts in a straight line right now. But when LeBron said that he would not play games without fans there, imagine that all that happened was that the NBA season continued just without fans. It is more important than ever in the history of sports that every NCAA athlete, every professional athlete in the world that is still allowed to do their job, they need to do their job and they need to do it with passion. The people of the world in times like this search for the smallest sliver of normalcy to stay sane and to not panic. And what a lot of them turn to is sports. You turn on the TV and you tune out life for 2 to 4 hours at a time, and you watch a basketball game, you watch a baseball game, you watch football. Heck, you can even watch soccer at this point and have it be a distraction. And now that that is taken away from us, for me personally, I have family in Seattle that I contacted them last week. They said they were doing okay. The supermarkets were pretty empty of some, like, everybody's going to supermarkets and they're not seeing any hand sanitizer, toilet paper, bread, a couple other items I'm probably missing. That was flying off the shelves in Seattle a lot last week. And my family there is just trying to stay safe. My uncle he does not have the virus, but he has bronchitis, I believe, is what my aunt said. And he can't see a doctor right now because they are swamped with coronavirus concerns. So my uncle is just sitting at home with coronavirus right now. I don't make this video to scare you guys. I just make this video to pour out my own thoughts. I want you guys to know what I'm thinking. And I think the entire reason that I make this video is for this statement that I'm about to say. I have been straight with you guys since day one. September 27th of 2018, that's when my first video went up, if I remember correctly. And I said to you, I am here for you guys. I am here to make content for you. I am here to be your distraction and your light in dark times. And for those of you returning to my channel, and those of you who may have stumbled upon this video because you're looking for information about the coronavirus, and you stumbled upon some kid from Iowa who is in the middle of basically nowhere and screams at a camera for fun, I am here for you guys. And my mission is to have fun, do what I love, and put it on camera for you guys to see and for you guys to enjoy. Before this virus really got out of hand, My family, my mom and my dad are divorced, but they were both planning home run trips for spring break. My dad was planning on taking us to the Mall of America and then a big water park very close to that. My mother, ironically enough, was planning to take us to a Milwaukee Bucks Miami Heat game in Milwaukee, which will no longer happen. And I was planning on vlogging both of those days, and I was also planning on making a video of my March Madness brackets, which I'm sure will not happen now. But I need to say this to you guys. I know it is past 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night when I should be studying for my anatomy test tomorrow that I didn't even know was tomorrow. But I have to say this because I cannot think of anything else to do other than to say these words to you, my followers, my fans, my friends, my family. I do not know what the future holds, but I know this. We as a nation and as a planet Earth, I will take the words out of the mouth of one of the CNN correspondents. This is bad right now. This is a trying time, but we will beat this. It is tough right now, but we will endure this, and we will make it out. It might take a while, but if we band together and if we are smart, please, for the love of God, do not be stupid. Don't go on cruise ships. Don't travel to affected areas. Don't travel at all. I can't even talk right now. I'm so stressed out. The only time that I am planning to leave my house once spring break starts for me is to go to Walmart and get Animal Crossing so I can play it for you guys. And that brings me to my main point. I am making it my personal mission to swallow my panic, put a smile on my face, and just be me. If push comes to shove, worst case scenario, we could be quarantined. We might not be able to leave our houses. But I never leave my house in the first place. I'm always down here, making videos for you guys. And that is what I intend on doing. This channel's existence has never, ever been more important before this moment. I said it before and I'll say it again. My job is to distract you guys. My job is to make you guys happy, to distract you from the woes of life right now. And man, there are a lot of them right now. I will make it my personal mission to make sure that this channel thrives in this time of crisis. I will figure something out. I could review memes. I will play games. I will do whatever you guys want me to do within reason with this virus. I will take suggestions. I will do whatever you want me to do within the confines of my own home and stuff that preferably would not kill me. I will play games. I will crank out Animal Crossing. I promise Pokemon will end one of these days. I, Albluno, make it my personal mission to make this channel the safe haven for the people around me and for the people that will find me. It is more important than ever, with the sports world crumbling around this virus, that people find distractions. And YouTube, not just me, the entire platform of YouTube has the chance to thrive, to get people through this. Since I was in middle school, I've been watching YouTube videos of Vanoss, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Minilad, Dude Perfect. I could name another dozen that I watch regularly. The people on those channels make my life better because they make me happy just by being themselves and having fun. And that is what I want to be for you guys and all the people that will join me. So please, if you need somewhere to just forget things for a while, if you need somewhere to just sit back and try and relax and just forget about all of this horrible situation, just forget about it for a little bit, I'm here. I am here for you, the viewer. I am here to put your mind at ease. You can watch my new content. You can watch my old content. One thing about me, I've lost a lot of people in my life that I should not have lost at this point. To cancer, to premature birth, to freak accidents. And that has made me think about contingencies for myself a lot. Life is precious. And you don't know how much of it you're going to get. You could be alive for another 80 years. You could be alive for another 8 minutes. And if anything has taught us that in the last 2 months, it was Kobe's tragic passing in that helicopter crash. One of the big reasons I keep this channel going and keep my old videos up is so my kids and my grandkids can look back and see what their grandpa was like. This is a family home video on the internet for everybody to see. So one day when I'm gone, people can still look back and enjoy my content and just forget about life's problems for a little bit. We're 87 strong right now, and we will grow. But I make it my mission to make your guys' lives easier by doing what I do and doing it well. I have probably lost most of my video ideas for this next week because of the virus. I will figure it out. We will get through this. I promise you. But it is not going to be easy. I know it is easy to panic. I know that I probably don't sound like the voice of reason right now. But try not to panic. Just be smart. Practice good hygiene. Wash your hands. Dunk your hands in hand sanitizer. Don't go on cruise ships. Don't go anywhere. Stay with your families. Stay away from older people with underlying health conditions, because those are the people who are dying of this virus. Please, be safe out there. And please, if you need somewhere to go, I am here for you.